Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jai from Deluxe Detail, and today, if you didn't know to get to start your mobile detailing business, well, look no further. Today, I'm going to be telling you and showing you the exact products that I bought and what I'm using to start my mobile detailing business. So let's get right into this. First item on today's list, at number one, is going to be a 5-gallon bucket. Now, usually, the 3-gallon bucket would be ideal because what you really want to do is have one bucket for water, one bucket for soap for the actual exterior of the car, one bucket for the tires and the wheels. Now, 3-bucket method, because the bucket of water, so say the second bucket, you got the soap in it for the exterior. You're washing the exterior and it may have dirt, grime, maybe like some sand or different things can get on the outside of the vehicle. Maybe some leaf particles or like the bottom of the leaf, like the stem of the leaf, and you may be wiping that off. So if you dip it back into the soap and then wipe the vehicle, you can scratch the paint. So what you want to do is you want to get the soap and wipe it as you're wiping the vehicle. As soon as you get finished, dip that in water, wring it out a little bit, and then dip it into the soap water. So that way you get rid of the little particles, the leaf pieces, the leaf stems, or whatever the case may be, pine cone pieces, whatever the case may be. Put that in water, wring it out, then put it into the soap, and then go back into washing the exterior of the vehicle. Third bucket is going to be for the wheel and tires, because you understand why you would do that. So you don't want to get any dust brake particles or anything like that onto the actual exterior of the vehicle. So have a different bucket for that. But if you're just now starting out, one bucket should be fine, and you should be able to finesse it and make it work for you. So item 2 and 3 on our list today goes hand in hand. So what's going to happen is that item 2 is going to be 1/2 gallon pump sprayer. Number 3 is going to be a spray bottle. Now, both of these can be used for the exact same thing, but what's the difference, you may ask? If you're using an all-purpose cleaner or whatever you may be using, majority of the time you want to buy it in bulk because it's going to save you money in the long run. Now, with that being said, if you got a gallon, if you got 1 gallon or 5 gallons, you're going to have to dilute that to work on a certain part of the vehicle and to have it break down and do exactly what you needed. You have to dilute that. So in this, you're going to put the exact amount of chemical that you need versus the exact amount of water that you need. With a pump sprayer, you can obviously go down and mix the material like this while it's inside the pump sprayer, and then you can apply it to wherever you may need, like so. Now, with item 3, you don't have the ability to mix, the chemicals that you have to dilute to the exact formula that you may need at that given time. Apply it with the nozzle here at the end. However, you would have to pre-mix it and then use like a little funnel to put it into here. And then after that, you can just apply it like so, exactly like the pump sprayer. The only difference between a pump sprayer and this is that you can actually mix the chemical with the pump sprayer, as you've seen with the little stick that you can go up and down with that. But yeah, this is item 2, this is item 3, and I highly recommend getting a pump sprayer if possible. But if you can't, you can definitely make this work if you're just now getting started out, and you can finesse it and make it work for you. So while we're on this topic, probably everyone's favorite thing on the list is going to be a pump sprayer. Canon is 100% like you need a foam sprayer. You don't need a foam sprayer, but it would do you a lot of justice and really make the wash pop a lot better. And I can clearly tell you the difference because how I started out. If you started how I started with Dawn dish soap. Now I would sprinkle Dawn dish soap over the vehicle, and then I would take a regular garden hose with the pressure nozzle at the end, the little nozzle you twist on the end, and I would spray that to create bubbles and stuff like that on the vehicle. Now the issue with doing that is that when you're working on one side of the vehicle, by the time you get to the other side, it's already dry. It's already dry. It marks on the vehicle, this, that, and the third. However, where this comes in is that this creates foam. So after you dilute your product, you put it in here, you mix it with water, and then you shoot it out with the pressure washer. It's going to create foam all across the vehicle. Now, why do you need a foam cannon, you may ask? Because exactly how I just explained to you guys that I'm going to be doing, how I used to do it, and it gets dry on one side before I finish the other side. This is going to allow the vehicle to be foamy the entire time. Not only going to be foamy, 1, it will not dry up, and then 2, while you're working on the opposite side, the foam and the chemicals inside the foam will break down the dust, debris, and then stubborn marks that's on the vehicle. It will be breaking that down the entire time while you're working on the other side. So when you get to the side where the stuff is, where the foam is still at, it's gonna be that much easier to go ahead and complete your wash and go ahead and knock those tough stains out, with one wipe or with one spray down. Definitely recommend this. This is the 4th item on today's list. If you don't have this, you can still finesse it and you can still finesse the wash and make it work for you. But I highly recommend a foam cannon. So the 5th item on today's list is gonna be a 100-foot extension cord. Now, I highly recommend going medium duty or heavy duty. Doing that because, for one, you may have to plug more than one thing into the extension cord itself. I pull as much amps as the medium or heavy duty, and you don't want to lower your performance during the wash. You have to replace that. You have to leave the site. It's only gonna make the process go, or the wash go even further. At 100 foot, because you never know, the power source, where your power source is gonna be, because the wash I'm doing is gonna be without a water source or without a generator. It's gonna be directly using the customers. So you wanna always make sure you have more than enough to get the job done. Really recommend getting this, because you don't wanna get to a job and then be short. On the caveat off of that, item 7 is gonna be a project source. It's gonna be a 3-outlet tap. So you're gonna plug this directly on the tip of your extension cord, and that's exactly why I say get medium or heavy duty, because the amps that's going to come from that extension cord is going to be able to properly support the 3-outlet head that you're going to put onto there. Now, why would you need this, you may say? Because plugging this directly into your extension cord is going to allow you to do more than one thing at one time. Maybe the shop vac, maybe the pressure washer, with the cord on it. I know that's crazy, but people actually have those. Now, I advise you to be careful with doing this, because you want to buy the ones with the flap on it, so that you can flip the flap down and plug it into the outlet if you're not using that outlet, so that water will not get into the outlet itself and contaminate your entire extension cord. But I highly recommend this, putting a flap down and maybe putting a piece of electrical tape or duct tape on top of the flap just for extra protection. But besides that, this will definitely save you a lot of time. Let's get it. So item 7 on our list is gonna be a 50-foot heavy duty water hose. All right, so with this is gonna be kink resistant, because everyone has been out there, man, has been washing the car, and your hoses keep kinking up, and that's just one of the most annoying things ever. You don't have to have this one, or you don't have to have the kink resistant. But I really recommend getting that. On top, if you can afford it, on top of that, get the one where it has the crush resistant. So these two right here, the aluminum, these are heavy duty, and it's really hard to crush these tips, because if you crush these tips, it's going to be very hard, to continue using this hose itself. So some of the heavy duty ones, they may have the heavy duty hose, but they don't have the actual heavy duty, I guess like ends on it. So this makes a big difference. So your hose can be protected, and you can have a lot of longevity while using this hose right here. Recommend getting a heavy duty. It's gonna last a long time. Item on our list is gonna be a heavy duty water hose, kink resistant, and it's gonna be crush resistant. You don't need this one, but I really recommend this one. If you can't afford it, you can definitely finesse it and make whatever you have work for you and still get the job done. Our next item, if you can see that right there. So let's talk about it. Greenworks 1700 PSI portable electric pressure washer. A lot of you guys are asking the question right now, or thinking right now, why electric over gas? I'm gonna put you in the customer's shoes. So if I was coming to your house at 6 a.m. to perform services for you, would you want me outside? At 6 a.m. it's quiet, barely anyone is up. So with that being said, it's like if I'm out there with a gas washer, it's gonna be so loud. I'm not here to wake everybody up at 6 a.m. I'm there to do my job as quickly, as calm as possible, to get in and get out and not wake the whole neighborhood up. 1700 PSI is more than enough. I used to make the job happen with just a regular garden hose and a regular nozzle at the tip of it. Just screw the nozzle on top of it. And I used to make cars look absolutely flawless just like that. I decided to go with this because it's gonna make it that much easier for me. I don't have to go over the vehicle a couple times. I can just go right at it, and then the stubborn dirt stains for trucks under the flaps, and then for like sports vehicles under the flaps where mud and stuff may be stubborn, you can definitely 100% without a doubt 1700 psi will do the job. You don't have to worry about it messing up the paint or anything like that of that sort. But yeah, electric, it's easy. It's easily portable. You don't have to worry about spending money on gas. That is one of the big things. You're already wasting money on gas to put in your vehicle to get there, and then you have to put gas into your, it doesn't make sense, man. Electric, it's quiet, it's portable, gas efficient. You don't have to worry about being gas efficient, and it will definitely get the job done. 1700 psi. You don't have to worry about scratching the paint. If you don't have this, you can definitely make it work for you with a garden hose and a nozzle at the tip of a garden hose. You can definitely finesse it however you want to make it happen. But if you want to do it, you're going to make it happen. That's just bottom line. You don't need all this fancy gear or anything like that. If you want to make it happen, you're going to make it happen regardless of what you have or what you do not have. But yeah, this is the next item. If you want to buy it, screenshot this. Last item on today's list is going to be the shop vac. This is hands down probably the most important thing you need. So let's talk about it. So a shop vac, why do you need a shop vac? You will never know what you may run into while you're at a customer's vehicle, while you're doing the customer's vehicle. That's very important for the carpets, for the seats, the trunk, for everything. It's very, very important, man, because if not, you're gonna have to have a brush, you're gonna have to like hand pick everything up, and that's just a hassle, man. And you don't want to run into that, man. A vacuum, it's really, really self-explanatory. Like, come on, man. Like, you're gonna need a vacuum to do this business. It's just without a doubt, hands down, that is 100% one of the things that you need. So say you're doing a seat, right? What you really want to do is you want to put a microfiber towel around the stick of like if you're using a skinny tip, put a microfiber towel around that, and then what you're gonna do is leave a little opening, because if you use it without a microfiber towel, the tip of the plastic is gonna scratch the seats up. And it's once you scratch the seat, it's very, very, very hard, to get that scratch out. But to avoid all of that, put a microfiber towel around there, grip the microfiber towel with the vacuum, grip the handle with the microfiber towel and the vacuum, and then go softly on that. So the microfiber towel will actually be the point of contact on the seats, and you won't have to worry about scratching anything up in customer's vehicle, whether it be the armrest, whether it be the the sides or the actual seating part and the back seat, the back of the seats. Wrap a microfiber towel around the stick of the shop vac or the vacuum, and I guarantee you that you will not scratch or leave any marks anywhere. If you left a mark, you already know what I'm talking about. But that's the tip for the day. That concludes today's video from Deluxe Detail. If you guys have any more questions, make sure you put those down in the comments below. I'll make sure I address those questions as soon and as quick as possible. If you guys have any questions about what to do next, or how much exactly that cost, or certain things like that, the process, procedures, let me know, man. Give me a subscribe, share the video. And with that being said, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of content. I will be coming out with more videos here soon. I'll see you guys next video.